Welcome back, and make sure you support the channel. Alright, it's time to start letting conflict heat up. It is time for things to start getting interesting. Not that they weren't already interesting, mind you. It's just time for things to get a little more interesting. So, where are we right now? We have an issue right here with China is at war with Persia. Okay? We are trying to block off their route to Persia via India. That's going to require Lancaster to be a bit more useful. Because even when this border expands, actually I could take this tile once the border expands. And that would be enough. These two tiles would be enough. So that might be all I need. In fact, I could end up with these tiles. And that would also be enough. So I think that's probably what will end up happening. But Vijayanagara is working on the Hermitage. Once that is finished, that will put them in a much better position to do that culture. We've blocked off Varanasi. They have to use boats to move troops and everything. This is important because it will cut off any troops that they have. Which, you know, if you limit stacks, they will be weaker. You can't reinforce, and it means that they can't send any troops to reinforce, which they will slowly just lose troops here until Persia can take it back. And it means that the only route is going to be through the north, basically through Guliman, which is going to be much more costly. It's going to take longer for them to send reinforcements compared to Persia, which should give Persia a slight advantage. And we need Persia to have more advantages because we basically want these two to throw their armies at each other and smash each other. That is advantageous to us for China to lose its army. Now the next step is looking at any level of sabotage that I can do against China's strategic resources. They have a source of oil here. I believe they have the source of uranium here, which they currently can't access because they don't have fission. Additional sources of oil. Japan is the one who has this, which is good to see. They have more uranium here, which is not ideal. It would be harder to get them away from uranium. Here, though, they have 2 additional sources of oil, so it's going to be very difficult to take the oil away from China. They also have more uranium here, unless Giza falls. And then they have 1 source of uranium, or oil. But because of Giza, that does not look quite as possible as I was hoping. So that's a bit unfortunate. Now, other countries. France does not have oil. They don't have uranium anytime soon. Russia is over here. I don't believe they have any strategic resources from that. No strategic resources here. They get uranium here. They get the oil from a city, which we can't sabotage. They get more uranium. So they have 2 sources of uranium that I have found. They have more oil here. So yeah, that's going to be very difficult to try and remove. Persia has tons of oil. So that is not, and Cumae is on uranium. So that isn't quite so possible either. You, Greece, believe do not have oil or uranium. Because that's your uranium that you normally have, which you have not held. So, no uranium for Greece, but that's not the huge concern. You have oil, but that might be your only source, and I don't think that you can really take advantage of it right now. Ah, you have uranium as well. Okay. And you currently don't have that uranium. And the Aztec, they're nowhere near getting plastics. They have oil here and here. They're nowhere near uranium either. Okay. I should be secure on the oil front because of this. I just have to connect the trade routes. But I do have an additional 2 sources. And Japan, I believe, does not have oil. Oh, they have it once they get plastics, but that's pretty easy to destroy. Plastics is far away for them. And no uranium. So Japan is not too threatening. And Genghis Khan doesn't have any strategic resources. Okay. So that is that situation. It doesn't really seem like it is worth it until Giza falls, if Giza falls. We would love to see that happen, but I doubt there's really much fighting going on here. They're probably focused retaking their territory and sending troops from out here. And I don't want to try and focus on 3 plots. It would remove tanks from China's military, or additional tanks would not be constructed, which would be convenient, but seems a little difficult at the moment. So the next thing to think about is, let's see what the next thing to think about was, I could take vassalage. Now that I have the Christ the Redeemer, I could take vassalage whenever I please and change it. So basically, whenever someone asks me to change civics, I should probably do that because I can just change the next turn. It's only 1 turn. For a diplomatic bonus, which is pretty nice, honestly. But I tested it, and I can only get a +1 with Cyrus for doing that. That's not going to send him to friendly. So that's unfortunate. And the last aspect is I really, really, really want a commando troop in order to take things here. It's going to be very difficult if I don't have one. And that's because if I want to take Beijing and I don't have commando troops, I can't get there in the turn that I land. Which means that I will have to survive for a turn with their military having access to everything. So I want a commando troops that I can land and take cities on the same turn. And in order to do that, I want to be able to take Xi'an, Shanghai, Beijing, and then I can take Guangzhou and Nanjing, possibly even Chengdu, but probably not. And the reason I want to do that is because it'll give me a large chunk of territory that I can try to hold. And really mess up their military and come in with a large first strike with nuclear weapons. So in order to do, and because I need to hold the Kremlin for at least a turn, I guess I could prepare ahead of time so I could take the Kremlin in a turn and then use it immediately to get all my rushing done. That's probably the better idea. I gotta stockpile money before I take it. But in order to take Beijing on the turn that I attack, I need a commando unit. I cannot get a commando unit until I have a Great General, because commando unit is going to take promotions. If I want commando, that is over here. Commando requires combat 4, which means that this is the 5th promotion, which means that I need 26 XP in order to get that promotion. I can currently get 11, because I have a barracks and a bunch of Great Generals. I can boost that to 13 if I build a stable and I pick a cavalry. And I can further boost that to, I guess, 17 if I do vassalage and theocracy. And I can boost that by an additional 4 to 21 if I use West Point, which I currently cannot get. But 21 is not it's not 26. It is close enough that I could get 4 cavalry, get a Great General, add 20 XP in total, around spread over 4 cavalry for 5 commando units, which sounds not bad. But that is the closest that I am, and in order to do that, well, for one, I would need a Hindu missionary. Where can I build a Hindu missionary? Let's get one, I guess, either there or here. Let's get that one. Right, you can build one. That's alright. So that is a Hindu missionary that we can send to Washington. What else? So I need a Great General, which means that I need some extra XP before I attack China. Now, where can I get some XP? Can't get it from China. Wouldn't want to attack Alexander. There really isn't anyone that I want to attack, except maybe the Incan. And I've considered this before, and I ruled it out because I would get a negative with Cyrus, Japan, Saladin, and Catherine, which is not ideal. Except that a -1 is going to put me down to +5, which is still pleased, +13, which is still friendly, +1, which is still cautious, +4, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter with Genghis Khan, +11, which is still friendly, +6, well, that's probably the largest hit, and then it will please the people that are at war, which is Genghis Khan, which I don't know why I said it would go down to +4, because it's not. It would please Genghis Khan, Montezuma, and Alexander. 1, because I would stop refusing the war, and 2, because I would be a war ally again. Although they're already at +4 for their mutual military struggle, so I guess that won't really go up at all. But I will still be able to make my defensive pacts when I want, which is fine. And China is currently at war, so I don't have to worry about losing my defensive pacts at the moment. The Incan are the easiest ones to try to defeat, and I can certainly get 5 XP from doing so. However, I'm going to need some troops in order to, and I would like to take their land. That is, I have border issues with them, which I don't enjoy. There's a couple cities I would love to build. You have a bunch of troops landed here that aren't actually going anywhere. Alexander has a bunch of troops here that are not on a boat, and he doesn't have any boats, so he's just sitting here like an idiot. Okay, that's fun. Well, we need to get some troops over here, which means we need galleons and artillery and probably redcoats, although I cannot build SAM infantry. I thought I was going to be able to build SAM infantry. Oh, I don't have rocketry yet. I have 4 more turns, then I can build SAM infantry, which are going to be my strongest unit. Also, what tech does Mr. Kapak have? He doesn't even have gunpowder. So I have to fight longbows, essentially. Which is fine. That's going to be easy. Get a couple of artillery. Bombard the city. Maybe not even. Alright, so the important thing is getting troops. Where are our galleons? We have 5. We have 2 sitting right here, and I think we have just 3 sitting right here. So let's get those. We don't really need troops here. Because although they have 1 freaking troop there, which is really annoying. So I guess I'll leave 1 redcoat. Because I don't want the city to just fall. This has a 7% chance of revolt, which is very frustrating. So maybe I should just load them all up. Okay, so let's just send these guys over to the Incan, which is going to take 13 turns. That's not fun. And then the other question is, where can I get some troops? And should I pump up the money and buy them real quick? And then the final question is, we need to start preparing to attack this. And I think we're looking at 5 cities. Possibly. It could be just 2. It could be just land in Guangzhou, take Beijing. And that would be probably the simplest situation. Launch the attack from here with your boats, sail in, nuke Guangzhou, land, drop off the commando unit, move him over, take Beijing. The issues with doing that are the borders are still going, like I wouldn't be able to reinforce Beijing, and I might lose a commando unit. Which I guess if I'm getting multiple is not the biggest problem in the world. We are already preparing a stable. I think I will quit the dry dock there. Let's get these cavalry on the move. But I think I need 2 to 3 nukes per city because they might build bomb shelters, which means that I need to start getting a list of things. For one, I need to worry about China, which is going to be... Also, I should get a new save file here. If this is scatterbrained, that's just the way I am. So I need 2 to 3 nukes per city that I want to take in China. And we are still 18 turns away. That's fine. And we're currently looking at least 2 cities, if not more. We just want the Kremlin so that we can pump up money or pump up money beforehand so that we can buy a bunch of nukes. And then take everything. So we could build more beforehand. So at least 2 cities, if not more. That's going to be, to hold 3 nukes per city, you need 1 submarine per city. So you're talking 6 nukes, 2 submarines right now. You're also talking, the cities are Guangzhou and Beijing. Currently, the units you need are a cavalry commando, and that's going to be a transport. We need 1 additional unit to take Guangzhou. It doesn't really matter. It can be a rifleman or SAM infantry. SAM infantry is fine. SAM infantry or rifleman to take Guangzhou. I guess a transport or galleon. We don't have combustion yet. In order to... Combustion would be nice. And flight would also be nice so that we can take the cities and start dropping units in very quickly. Paratroopers wouldn't be bad either. So I wouldn't have to worry as much about commando units. Now, you do have to deal with tanks. We could use anti-tanks to protect ourselves. We do have to deal with marines. We could use highly trained SAM infantry with city defender to deal with that. That isn't ideal. You would like to have infantry or marines, but we currently don't have corporation or the assembly line. Paratroopers are also fine. They cost the same. Refrigeration would be helpful just because of the extra movement speed. Superconductors doesn't seem ideal because I'm going to switch to a lot of money, I think, and less research. Computers would be nice because of the internet. But we'd have to get plastics and industrialism and all that fun stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to get that. Mass media is not helpful. I don't think Mount Rushmore is a huge priority because we're not going to be engaging a lot of units. We're just going to be throwing nukes at things. That requires plastics. What else can I get to? What other upgrades? I could get to gunships, but then they can't take cities. Is that useful? I don't know if that's useful. Jet fighters are useful, because I would have air superiority. But I feel like I need some kind of additional unit. Wouldn't be able to get all the way to clones, because I need automatons. Ecology, I guess, would be good to scrub the fallout. Is that really a big deal? Or am I just gonna go on a rampage and it doesn't even matter? I think the best things are going to be combustion, because we can get transports. They move a lot faster than the galleon. Well, actually, they only move like 1. They only have 1 additional movement speed, but they hold more, which means you can build less of them. They have higher defenses. I don't think I care too much about losing whales. Actually, Manchester isn't the happiest place on earth. Cambridge and Richmond. Yeah, but they don't have markets. Okay. Oh, you don't even have a troop yet. Why is this taking 17 turns? Okay, where can I... Can I take your troop? Let's take your troop and send him over here. You need to do that. Yeah, just do that for now. I just want to know if I am collecting anything before I send these guys over. Or like if I'm building an artillery with universal suffrage. Which I could take for just a turn or something. I guess I'm not doing it this turn. I'll be taking it next turn. So it's cheaper. You have to get some production into the unit before you rush it. You could also do slavery for a turn. And then switch back. Alright, but that is the bare minimum that I need. Just one transport, 2 submarines, and a bunch of nukes. So I can think about constructing those. I guess I have the transport already, but I don't have the submarines. Okay, so transport is a check. The SAM infantry or rifleman is a check. The 6 nukes and the 2 submarines are not completed yet. Whoops. Don't want that. Now, I guess we could trade for combustion. Could trade with you. If I got you friendly somehow. I can get a +1, but I can't get any +4 from trade relations. I also don't know how much money it would take to please you. Probably like 4,000 at least. 4,000 gold. Potentially, just to give you fission. And just fission. For combustion. I mean, that's 4,000 gold to buy combustion. Which sounds pretty cheap. Or I could just research it for 10 turns and not worry about it. It's another option. That is another option. Meanwhile, I think I am just going to do that. I think that's the best thing I can do. Now, assembly line. You have the assembly line. I didn't realize you have the assembly line now. I can obtain the assembly line from you. You also have the assembly line. Okay. That is a possibility. And then I could go straight for industrialism. Getting the factories would be nice. But is it a big deal at the moment? I don't need the infantry right now. Factories and coal plants, yes, they would be nice, but that's also a lot of production that you're asking for. That I'm not sure that I can afford at the moment. Here we have 1 settler, at least, going, I guess, here? That would be the most efficient place to put it. If I only want to build 1. I could build another one here. But I'm not super concerned about that. So I think I'm just looking at 1 settler. So if they're the Incan, I need 1 settler. I need probably just like 2 to 3 artillery. And then the troops I have are sufficient. So to get some artillery, let's just build one there. I have another barracks here. I can build that there. Where else do I have barracks? I have barracks here. 15 turns, 5 turns, but it would slow down the Manhattan project, which I guess does need to rush forward. Build one here, but I don't have the, whatchamacallit. No barracks there. Do I have a barracks up here? I have a barracks here. 14 turns. And actually, you can take this now. And actually, you can take this now. 15 turns. Maybe. Sure, why not? Now, the next step is getting some submarines. Do I really care about a dry dock first? I think it depends where they are going. Where are some good productive cities? Manchester, which is not on the coast. Liverpool, which isn't on the coast. Richmond, which isn't on the coast. Brighton, which is. Dover, which is. Hastings, which is busy. These ones are kind of busy. No, it's questionable. You could build a dry dock for me. But that's looking kind of far. Kind of far. Alright, maybe just build the dry dock for now. Then we'll see where it goes. 360, build water units, 50% faster. 50% faster, that means that I would have to construct how much in order to pay off that? I would have to construct 720 worth of production, which is 3 submarines. Am I gonna build 3 submarines? It does also give extra experience, so I guess I'll build it. So Dover was fine. Atlanta is up here and is a good candidate for this. Stock exchange can stop. We're going to give me some submarines and a dry dock. Get that done. Coventry. Where's Coventry? It's like an early city, right? Is that Iceland? I think that might be Iceland. You don't have the grocer and market yet. Those are kind of important for you. Harbor as well. London. You're working on a customs house next. Hindu missionary. We can build a dry dock here. That makes sense. Give me a couple more submarines. This will take some time, but will likely be worth it. Alright. York as well. Just building a harbor. Alright, dry dock, submarines. I could switch. I'm gonna need some galleons, I think. Maybe they aren't. Maybe I really don't need that many troops. Washington is working on the cavalry. That's fine. Norwich. These are these places down here. They're getting me artillery. Leeds. Which one is Leeds? Stock exchange, grocer, market. Where's Leeds? Leeds is an English name. leads is this one. Yeah, honestly, those are fairly important here. All right. And possibly getting a barracks here would be kind of ideal, so that I could rush building troops. I'm thinking that when the war starts, I'm going to like need universal suffrage and vassalage for a turn. Possibly theocracy as well. I doubt slavery and I doubt nationhood. But universal suffrage and vassalage to rush units, give them XP, and then change the civic the next turn. You can actually make decent use of the Cristo Redeemer. That's what it's called. Okay. Yeah, and we will level 6 experience unit. Are we anywhere close to something like that? Like, what's our best unit? Probably just 3. Probably just 3. I don't think we're anywhere close to that. So that would lose 4 XP. I think that means that I'll only be able to get 3 cavalry. Which is a little unfortunate, but we'll make do. Alright, I think that is it. Alright, so we are not going to be rushing things. We got plenty of time to send these guys over. We will attack when asked, but not before. And where do you want to send the boat? We have some artillery coming in. Frankly, I would rather take Tiwanaku rather than Machu Picchu, but the troops are going to be produced in the south in 9 turns. 9, 15, and 15. So I guess we can send it to Tiwanaku first. Okay. Send this over, send this over. And I guess we have to go all the way around China. It's unfortunate. We can get assembly line when we please, but we don't need to do it now, because we don't need to lose the trade route. We don't need the extra production. I would rather wait for when I take the Kremlin. I think I want rocketry and combustion, and then I need to get tons of money. And all we need are the 2 submarines and 1 billion nukes. Well, really just 6. Take the Kremlin, spend all the money, and then prepare for a second attack. We would like more nuclear weapons than 6. And 6 is going to be fairly expensive, to be honest. They are not cheap. Infantry is 280. SAM infantry is 300. Redcoat is 220. They are not cheap. Alright. I think that is the plan. And now that we have the plan, we can move forward with it. That sounds like fun. Oh, you're about to finish the market. Can I build barracks here? Yes. Yes, I can. What else do I need here? Honestly, nothing. Right. The other option was if I wanted to go for getting some more espionage, because I have a possibility of taking out their oil. All I have to do is take Giza, which with nuclear weapons is pretty easy. Giza, and that probably entails taking Karakoram and Coming. 20, 40, 60. Yeah, that's gonna require Karakoram. It's just a question of if I want to sabotage things. Sabotage improvement. It doesn't tell me how much that costs. Or if I wanted to do it to someone else. I could... No, I don't think it's worth it. I could like, what are the missions? I can sabotage a building. I could sabotage bomb shelters, but that's pretty expensive to sabotage a bomb shelter. I don't need a sabotage production. I don't need to spread culture. I don't need to steal treasury. I don't need to poison water from unhappiness. I don't need to support city revolt because I'm just gonna nuke things. I don't need to steal technology because it's extremely expensive. It would take too long to switch over to that kind of economy. I have plenty of research. I'm happy with that. Influencing civics. That... Do I have any reason to do something like that? Yes, I do. I could convert to theocracy. I could force someone else to convert to theocracy. How much would that cost? It would cost 4,000... 36. I saw 36. 35, 34. Ooh, some 2000s. Those are pretty low. That's pretty cheap. The issue is that they might get caught. How about you? I might be able to just pay them to switch as well. That's not too expensive. I might. Where are these cities? Jinjan? Down here. Yeah, something like Jinjan. That is a possibility. What would it mean? It would mean that I don't need to research combustion because I could trade for it. I could give them artillery. That could work. Could work. I would take theocracy, vassalage, universal suffrage for a turn. Force them to convert, or pay them. I am nowhere near seeing your research anyways. So, that sounds like the best thing to do. So now we need a spy and a way to move it. Honestly, not that hard. Sure, just give me a spy. I should really get a couple. I'm not gonna put them on an attack summary. That would be a bit much. Actually requires combustion. Good for you. I thought it was kind of weird that I could build submarines without even knowing what the combustion engine is. You know, it's also a little weird that, like, I will literally be able to build a nuclear weapon, like an ICBM, that fires into the sky, travels around the globe, and uses nuclear fission to explode and destroy things. And yet I don't even know what the assembly line is. I have no idea what combustion is. I don't have refrigerators, and yet I can build submarines that stay under the ocean for a long time. I don't know. I guess they have to, like, resupply with food. They just have stale bread all the time. Sucks for them. Yeah, kind of nuts. Fire rockets and everything. Have no idea how combustion works. I just figured out what a railroad is. I was gonna build nuclear weapons before I knew what a railroad was. I did need steel. Alright, that's fair. That's fair. I at least needed steel to make a rocket. But not to make a submarine. Important to note. Alright, additional spies. You. pretty good for additional spies. Let's get some spies there. We'll load them up on a galleon and send them over. Alright. And what was the city that we actually wanted to do? I think it was Jinjan. Jinjan. 2160 in Wadan, 2160 in Gao, 2112, which is in fact lower, in Istakar, 2292. Okay, Istakar is the cheapest one. 2112. Where's that? Where is Istakar? There it is. Alright, so we go there. That's fine. Drop some spies off. And that means that after we get rocketry, we can just start building up our cash. Which is wonderful. Which also means that I can pick something else to research. Refrigeration, I think we said, was the most useful. Yeah, because we can build supermarkets, which we have all those resources. It's cheaper than a hospital. I'm not going to take environmentalism. Gives us extra movement range. Actually does move us towards superconductors, which isn't bad. Satellites would move us closer towards advanced flight. And then a gunship would be essentially unstoppable except for SAM infantry. Yeah, because the tanks wouldn't stand a chance against them. You'd have flank against all those. Maybe that's the next thing to do. Maybe we get superconductors next. Alright, we'll just stick with a very slow course towards refrigeration. Alright, that is quite a turn, I think. Reading is currently still fine. I want you to switch, though, over to something else next. Oh, and look, you're like slowly going to need a new tile soon. Fun. Alright, I think I'm finally ready to move forward. This is the only mission that I'm going to need for now. Catherine. Actually, though, could do the same thing to her. Actually, though, how cheap can I find it? How cheap? How cheap? 28.44. 24? In Los Angeles, it's only 24. It's not Hindu. Because then I could do like hereditary rule. What do I have to give her though? I only have vision. That's not fun. Yeah, screw that. I'm just gonna try and become friends with Cyrus. And I guess it's more important to try and do that before I attack Quaniquepac. I think it's still fine. I can still attack Quaniquepac beforehand. The net is 0 because I'll be at war, and which means I won't have the defensive packs anymore. I could just cancel the defensive packs, gain a +1, and then another +1 with vassalage. Not bad. Still only have 1 rice. I need this rice so I can cancel deals with China. Should I cancel the deals if Cyrus asks me to? Definitely. Definitely. Nothing is worth it. They are not upset that I'm trading with them yet. They could become upset. Alright. That's another decision made. Finally moving forward. We're going for it. Are you fucking serious, dude? Ah. No. Just no. I can't. I can't just give you stuff. I cannot do that. Go down to +6. I get plus... Okay, I'll go down to +6. I get +1 for vassalage. And hopefully another few for same religion. Does that work? Mutual military struggle is down to 3. Say I give him the radio, what happens? I still have rocketry and artillery to give him. And he can build submarines to defend himself. Rocketry is not as expensive. I still have fission to give him. I didn't really want to give fission away, because then other people will be able to build nuclear weapons. And I kind of wanted to stretch my advantage around the world. I mean, I have to do it if I don't think that I can get to friendly with him. And we're talking going down to +6 or going up to +8. And considering the spies might get caught and cause further issues with him, that's a big ask. That's a big ask for radio. Man, I've already refused to help him once. Okay. Just okay. Okay. I mean, is it more likely that this is a problem? No, it doesn't really cause a big issue. It leads him towards mass media and eventually computers, but not really. It's not a huge issue. So I'm gonna do it. Please do not spread it around. What are you gonna give me for this? I want you to have this. There's a reason I want you to have it. And that's because I want you to be able to build... Oh, you can't build submarines, you have oil. Okay. Never mind. Well, I was gonna build submarines. He can already build destroyers. I guess that wasn't a big deal then. Okay, you are angry, and that's because you need military. But you're going to get military, so it's fine. Just relax and calm down. We're sending a unit. Things will be alright. Everything is going to be fine. You silly, silly city. We should build a settler somewhere as well. If we're going to war. Over there. This is not the best place for it. I'll do it here. Do that. Yeah, you've almost taken like all your tiles. You're good to go. I suppose that we also need to start getting some railroads up and running. Right. 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 Alright, that one is good to go. We can build that one. We need that tile before we do anything. So just keep keep building things. This guy can just go over here, keep dropping off missionaries. How many do I currently have? 1 left. Okay, so they're like spreading immediately. And you might be wondering why I am sending them into Russia instead of my own territory. It is because I can spread it in Russia now. So I might as well. I might as well, you know? At some point I might be at war with Russia. I might have to cancel open borders with Russia. They might have theocracy. I can always spread it in my borders, and it's way easier to do that with flight. So I'm waiting for flight to spread it around my country. That's what's going on there. Okay? Good. Keep going. Yeah, and hopefully just like nothing crazy happens. I don't want anyone to throw anything weird at me. Take that. Library, I guess, would be nice, but not as nice as something to help my economy. We have 33 gold. Well, like, a library does help the economy, but like, we're going to switch to money. So, let's actually switch to money. Alright, we got railroads. He made peace. He made peace! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How am I going to destroy the Incan now? I gotta do it quickly. He also might... There's a low chance that he would attack me. But I suppose it exists. Let's just get a railroad out of here. To Newcastle. Okay? Okay. That's a lot of troops, man. Fighters as well. That's not ideal. Fighters are not ideal. Yeah, I'm planning on canceling my deals. Yeah, so you're at +8 now. Oh, I can sign defensive pact with you, at least. As well. That'll get rid of a -1. So maybe I don't need the spies. Anyways, let's just keep going with this. You're doing great. Doing great, guys. Keep it up. Just keep it up. Wait for China to mobilize against me and end up at war with literally everyone. That's what we're waiting for. This place is gonna have a decent amount of money, actually. So I guess I will build a stock exchange. No, that'll take a while. Maybe barracks is more useful. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Chinese revolt in Calcutta. Yeah, we kind of expected that. Cyrus changed to environmentalism. That's not an issue. Yep, not an issue. You can just do nothing. Good. Just keep chopping everything down, I guess. These guys should give me another watermill, I think, for more production. That is, in fact, my stomach growling. Alright, let's go here. Taoist missionary has failed. Not ideal. Not what I wanted to see there. And the settler, I think it's going here. Right, because I wanted to block off that land. Not land, but the ocean. I wanted to block the ocean. Where do I want the railroad? I think I just want it right here. Go and drop that off. Build the watermill. Alright, with rocketry. Let's see what we can do now. I don't know, plus 10 is enough. But it might be. Alright, granary. Requires the Manhattan Project. Very nice. Very good. Give me a lighthouse here. We can have the granary and theater. Sounds good. Sounds good to go. Just give me more farms. Give me the Hindu missionary. Give me the settler. Send this guy. We're going to need him there, but I guess building the city is the more important part. Three Gorge Dam. Where'd you build it? Is it someplace I can steal? Yes, it is. Nice job, guys. Very impressive. We're working on another watermill. Hamlet. Honestly, might be building the ironworks here. Honestly, you have more production than anything else. But is this city gonna have more? It might, but also it might not be as good. What do I mean by that? It might have more production because of workshops, but it's going to have less water tiles. So this city is like kind of better. I like this city. Manchester, great city. We should build a workshop here. Right. So let's start by building a railroad right here. And let's move you to collect some spies, which we might not actually need now. We are going to switch over to just producing massive amounts of cash. And now we try to see if we can actually trade with Cyrus. Let's see if this works. So, we've got +8. We can sign defensive pact, which should make this -1 for defensive pact go away. Let's try to confirm that. Very good. So now he's at +9. Next, we can try to do vassalage. We would also appreciate it if Cyrus signed defensive pacts with other people, like, I guess it's not going to be Alexander, but with these three, that would be ideal. Hopefully he does pretty soon. Okay, so next, please work. We take vassalage and we go up to +10. We do not need universal suffrage at the moment. Let's just do this. Friendly. He's friendly now. That was the wrong button. So glance, +10. Friendly. Willing to trade. Perfect. I can give him artillery for combustion. What would you make of that? You would deal with that. And then next I can give him rocketry. I'm fine giving you money. That's fine. Alright. Take it. You will not stop trading with Rank. It's a little annoying. Okay, so we take combustion, we lose whales. Not ideal. But now we can get oil, which we don't have. Let's work on fixing that real quick. Just real quick. Let's alright, get that done. And then you need to focus on getting these things over here so that we can get oil. Alright, fair enough. We're not going to trade fission. We're going to wait one turn and then give him rocketry for medicine. And then we can get rid of vassalage next turn. Costs us basically nothing. And now let's look. Where do we need markets and stuff? You are working on a market. Wow. That's going to produce a lot of cash. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're going to work on a market as well, which is fine. Canterbury. Okay, so what's preference? That, because you produce a decent amount of cash. You also produce a decent amount. Where is Exeter? Where is this? Exeter. Exeter? This place? This place produces money? Like, lots of it? Huh. Alright, let's do that. And where else? Leeds, which is working on it. Vijayanagara, which is more important things to worry about. Atlanta, which also has kind of more important things to worry about. All these places kind of have more important things to worry about at the moment. As much as we like stock exchanges, we actually don't. Alright. That is pretty good. Next turn, we take rocketry. I'll do it now. Screw it. Screw the long episode. Right, we need to trade for clams now. Because we don't have whales. Can I trade for whales? I don't think I can trade for whales. I think that's like a lost cause now. Resources. Apparently I don't need to trade for clams. I have clams. Do I have clams? Show me I have clams. Yeah, I do. Good for me. I'm not super concerned about forcing you to change civics now. Change to religion. I will simply trade with you. Hi, how's it going? Alright. Let's do that for a turn or so. I can put 1800 in, or I can put way more. Way more by doing that. Alright, the spies are just going to sit here then. Just sit here. You don't need to do anything. You're fine. Go run around. Oh right, I have uranium. That's why I can upgrade this. Cool. My boats can also upgrade and get a little bit more movement next turn. In addition to this. Which means we might need some cash, but we have a couple more turns to do it. Priority is getting the other thing done. Newcastle. You know what, Newcastle? I'm gonna give you this. You can take it. Let's go and get that well, which I guess isn't as big a deal as I thought it would be, because I have uranium. We're just trying to lower the cost of medicine at the moment, which is fine, so that we can get rid of freaking vassalage. I could get rid of it and then get it back again, but we're fine. Right, so you're working on stable, and then you're gonna go to a cavalry. It's all good. Alright, lower the cost of medicine, and now I can get it? Please? Please? Sir? Like, how much do I have to freaking lower it? Yeah, there we go. Don't need you to stop trading with people. That's fine. Nice. No thanks. Lower this. Make tons of cash. Now I can get rid of this. Don't need universal suffrage yet. Police state? No, not a chance. All this is good. Free religion. I'm not really researching right now. Do I want free religion? Or do I want pacifism? Just cause. I guess I should. Why not? Grumble, grumble. Or, well, theocracy would cost more. And isn't actually helpful at the moment. We don't pay for units. Alright, save it. 8.17. Free speech, pacifism. Revolt. What do we do? What do we got here? Yeah, no unit cost. Pacifism, saving us money. Sounds good to me. Back to being Hindu. Back to being great friends with a few people. 21. Wow. So if I wanted to trade with Catherine, who does not have medicine, which is worth 35, I could ask her kindly to take pacifism. Huh. And then I could take, what, refrigeration? I mean, yeah. Yeah, could. Sounds like another wonderful idea. It's gonna take way too long to get a spy over there. I'll just give it to her. Get it done. Alright, give me the well. Keep building railroads. Get another well. I don't actually need more spies, thank you. Just continue spreading Taoism. We're going to wait with the money until we find out what the end of next turn looks like. And yes, this video is becoming a lot longer because I keep finding more things to do. Wait until the end of next turn. Okay. Could even put you on hereditary rule. Alright, let's wait until next turn and then find out what we need to do. Alright. Still available. Yep. Can give you medicine. I can get refrigeration. Sounds lovely. Let's save the game. Let's... Hopefully this works. You need what? Plus 4, I think, about. That should work. Should give at least +4. Mouse. There you go. So what do you want for this? It's pretty cheap. Friendly. Excellent. Give you medicine. We have to pay more. Well, that's fine. That is fine. And now I can go superconductors or flight. Flight would be nice. And I might just be able to destroy the world if I got flight with the Kremlin. Just completely pump out things. Superconductors would be if I needed to get more technology and win like a space race. Which I think at this point I can either conquer the planet or win a space race. I feel better about conquering. So we're gonna do that. Or I could wait for more trades and then go for like rushing plastics and computers. I don't know. I don't know. I think most of the techs that I don't have are just assembly line, flight, industrialism, corporation, mass media. Oh, I know China has plastics now because they built the Three Gorge Dam. So they might be going for computers soon. They don't have radio, I think. Oh, they do. Yeah, they can research computers. We definitely want to stop them from doing that. You would not take pacifism, because you just revolted. So I mean, it's either you go for flight or, I mean, we're not putting much research into this anyways. I guess I'll do supercomputers because I don't know if I'm going to be able to trade for flight. And it's possible I could. And I'm not, like, rushing towards anything. Okay. So let's just get this turn done, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, I think we just need more farms around here. You already have a granary. Just give you another farm. You could use a troop. Can I take this one? You have switched to a SAM infantry. I cannot build redcoats anymore. That's fine. And here we need quite a bit of cash. Where can I obtain cash? Not really anywhere. Unfortunate. You also got the assembly line. Good for you. Does that mean you have industrialism? What does industrialism require? I think he has industrialism. That's important to note. Yeah, just move you here and then wait until next turn. We'll upgrade the galleons and then we will upgrade the frigates. Drop this guy off. Send this over here. We're sending this guy over. That's great. Just keep going with our railroads. Yep. Keep moving this. You go there. Alright. Yeah, this was a long one, but worked out pretty well. Worked out pretty well. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, or subscribe.